Welcome back. As we continue our celebration of women in sports, we thought we'd take some time to tell you about some who are poised to make headlines in the coming years. 18-year-old race car driver Hailie Deegan is definitely one to watch. She has steadily risen up the racing ladder, and in September of 2018, she became the first woman to win a NASCAR Touring Series race in nearly 30 years.
Oh, things have changed at Meridian. With just 12 laps remaining, the control car will be Cole Rouse, the car on the left, the 99. On the inside, Hailie Deegan in the white 19, trying to become the first female to win in the K&N Pro Series. It's all about the restart here as they come to the cone. Will Rouse get the jump, or will Hailie Deegan do it? Rouse is going to do it. Deegan falls into second. And now Derek Kraus, who was caught up in that last accident, in third. We'll see if that 16 car has the speed it once did.
And I know Hailie Deegan didn't get the best restart, but that might have been the best thing that could have happened to her, falling into second place instead of being pinned down on the bottom and kind of getting freight trained by that middle groove. But all three BMR teammates up there, and I know that 16 of Derek Kraus is going to be pushing hard to get back to the lead.
And look at Cole Rouse. Rouse is trying to get away. And he knows how this short track thing works. Someone on your bumper, last couple of laps, that could be trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cole Rouse has to take advantage of this situation. He was given the gift of, unfortunately, his teammate having some trouble in turns 3 and 4 with the lap car. He needs to take advantage of that and make sure and run and hide, because I can promise you Hailie Deegan is not going to go down without a fight with just a few laps left.
The leader, Cole Rouse, has never won in the K&N Pro Series. Second place, Hailie Deegan in her rookie season. She doesn't have a victory. Behind them, Derek Kraus is familiar with victory lane and has had the fastest car all night long. Under 10 laps remaining.
And all three of these Bill McAnally Racing drivers, they have nothing to lose. I think it's safe to say that all three of them are out of the points battle. I mean, Derek Thorne, he's been having a solid year. He's been creating really good finishes for him and his team. So I'm sure Bill McAnally's talking to all these spotters and crew chiefs, just making sure they come home with a 1-2-3 finish. I know there's a lot of Napa folks out here tonight, big hospitality event. So I'm sure Bill's up there making sure he keeps his drivers under wraps and comes home with a victory out of one of these three cars.
They're pretty friendly with each other off track, but when they get behind the wheel, Brandon, I mean, it's really a different story, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, they're going for one thing and one thing only, and that's that victory. But I'm impressed with Hailie Deegan. It looked like the 99 of Cole Rouse in the long run was quite a bit better than her, but she's hanging tough in between her two teammates right here. So definitely putting the pressure, hanging right on that left rear of the 99 of Cole Rouse.
4 to go, and Rouse's car is just not that much better. Hailie is right there.
And you can see Cole Rouse really pushing that car on exits. He's not letting that car get turned quite as much as he was earlier. He's throttling up early, getting in a hurry. So he's just got to take a deep breath, hit his marks, exit low and straight, and hope that Hailie Deegan can start slipping that right rear tire.
2 to go right here. Will she put the bumper to her teammate? Rouse is trying to get away. Hailie Deegan trying to become the first female to win in the K&N Pro Series. Off of 4, coming to the white flag.
She's really pushing those entries right here, Dave. There she goes. She's going to take a shot at him.
Trouble in front of him, and now she's going to get into the back end of Rouse. Hailie Deegan to the lead. Can she maintain it through 3 and 4? Here comes Rouse back. No. Score 1 for the ladies. Hailie Deegan wins in Meridian. Well, down here, a car in trouble left some debris and dust. There it is right there, the 77 of Coons. And I don't know if that distracted Cole Rouse, but you're right. There was a spot there for Hailie to take.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. But, you know, right there, if I was Cole, I think you got to protect that bottom. Even though the bottom groove isn't good, you cannot give anyone a chance or an opening to get to your left rear. She's able to do that, gets him up out of the groove. And there she goes. I know Cole Rouse has to be devastated, but still a strong run for all three of those Bill McAnally Racing, that whole entire team.
You're watching history, folks. 17 years old, from California. Her nickname, the Dirt Princess. Hailie Deegan has grown up wanting to compete in NASCAR and win, and now she's done it. Let's listen in and enjoy Victory Lane with Hailie Deegan. So cool, Brandon. And Mom is here to see it, too. There's Marissa jumping in.
I am so happy. This has to be the happiest day of my life right here. Dude, I was last night in bed, like, if it's coming down to the last lap and I'm in second, what am I going to do to make that win happen? And I did exactly what I thought about doing. It worked out perfect. My crew did an amazing job this race. Thanks to Bill McAnally for putting me in the car this year. My Toyota Camry was on rails all day, and all weekend it showed. And we just had one hell of a good weekend. Oh my God, we fell back a little bit because we kept starting on the inside, but once we got up in that high group, no one could touch us. And we rallied around people. I knew exactly what I needed to pass in turn one, and I kept making it happen lap after lap. Not taking people out, just using up a little bit, getting them a little loose, they come back down. It was perfect, and we did it, we won, wow!
I love it. No young lady has ever been in victory lane for the K&M Pro Series. I think we need more of that.
Well, Hailie has since moved up to the ARCA Menard Series, where she's a rookie this season, and I am delighted to say that Hailie joins us now from her home. And Hailie, I'm also delighted to say that am I the first Zoom interview? Is this your Zoom debut right now?
Yeah, I've never been on Zoom before. It's not like I don't go to high school or anything. I already graduated, so it's not like I've had to do any of my classes on here or anything. I usually, if I do any interviews, I'm like, can you just FaceTime me? And so I try to make it like as easy as possible, but this is my first time getting on Zoom, and plus I was already late. And so I was running in the door, trying to download it, make an account.
It's all good. It's all good. We made it. Now, when I look at your social media over the course of the last few weeks, it looks to me, Hailie, like lockdown for you has been part working out and part puppy training. Tell us more.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to just get a dog when we were on quarantine, but I love him so much. He is a pain, but he's so cute. I love him. He's cuddly at some moments, and other moments he snaps and bites my face, but like you give and you take, but he's a good dog. I've been trying to train him, kind of potty train him's the biggest thing. So things growing at least like doubles its size every week.
In fact, we almost didn't make this happen because you couldn't hear us, so you were searching for your headphones only because last night Trigger, I think is the dog's name, was eating you.
Yeah, right? He ate the little end cap, the little adapter that makes like the regular headphones go into like the iPhone and stuff. So we got that figured out, or at least my mom found that, and so I stole my dad's headphones in the meantime.
Brilliant stuff. Well, at least he's keeping you busy. So let's talk a little bit about you, about your career, Hailie, as well. So your ARCA racing season, of course, is postponed right now, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But just update us a bit about your progression so far.
I think it's been crazy. There's been a lot of ups and downs. There's been just so much going on. There's constantly a new challenge, something I'm working towards, and always just when you think you're kind of there, something like steps you back, and then you gotta get back there. And so it's constantly a process, a work in progress for sure. And so I think that the development side, I did not plan for pandemic to kind of be in the middle of it. So that's been a little throwing me for a loop on my year's plans to make it to Cup eventually. So that's the goal. That's, I think, everyone in stock car racing's goal, but that's my end goal of what I want to do with my life and my career. But it takes a lot of work to get there. There's a lot of steps, and I wish it was easier than it is, but it is hard. It's really hard, and it's hard to get sponsors. And I know with everything going on right now, companies are going to be cutting back. So it's just going to make it that much more difficult.
It's interesting you talk about sort of one step forward, a couple back, and it's really difficult making each stage. And momentum, of course, with this pandemic has been lost. So what are you doing at home? Is there anything you can do to try and somehow maintain your form and maintain your momentum, Hailie?
Yeah, so I actually have a simulator. It's right there, sitting right there. But the Wi-Fi guy came to the house or whatever. The guy who works on the Wi-Fi boxes, and he cut the Wi-Fi off for a few days. And I'm like, I was going to race this weekend. Now I can't even practice. And so the Wi-Fi doesn't work on my computers. And so we can't really do anything on the sim for a few days. So I was on it last night, and I calling my dad. I'm like, yo, like what happened with the Wi-Fi? Why is nothing working? And he's like, oh yeah, the guy cut it off for a few days. I'm like, are you kidding me? And so we got to wait for a few days to get back practicing. But that's what I've been doing in my meantime. Pretty much we're all just waiting for this to kind of get a date to when we're starting again. That's the biggest thing, is I don't know when we're starting back up exactly. There's been so many dates being thrown around. So it's just a matter of time of getting everything set in store so we can get sponsors on the same page, see when everything's getting rescheduled, because like I can't schedule anything. I don't know if it's going to overlap with my off-road racing with everything changing. So we'll see.
Almost done. Just a couple more things quickly, Hailie. So it's Mother's Day. Of course, this show is all about inspiring greatness. And I was watching a feature that you did with your parents, and your dad, of course, the legend that is your dad, Hailie Deegan, said on there, his quote was that he tells you you're equal and that the car is an equalizer. Now, how easy is it for you to take those words from your dad, Hailie, and believe them, soak them in, absolutely have no qualms about being in such a minority in your sport? Or how hard mentally is it a challenge? How do you find that?
I think it hasn't been hard for me because I grew up always thinking I was the same, always kind of, I never thought I was different. I always thought I was the same. All my friends were guys, and it was just, I was always around growing up these racer people and racer guys, and there was never really any girls around, but I never saw that differently because I was just being myself and hanging out with everyone. And so it was a different lifestyle growing up in. And even to this day, about 99% of my friends are guys. And it's just because I grew up in a racing world where it's kind of like rough and tough, and you kind of just dirt track racing, and it's fun. I love it. I love growing up around that scene, and even the scene in California with everyone off-roading. And those are like my people. And so I think that my dad did such a good job of not necessarily being hard on me, but he always set a very high standard for me. And so I always felt like I had to live up to that standard. And so I feel like that's why I have the work ethic I do, and why I'm always trying to push myself. And there's always a new goal for me to accomplish, is because he's made it to where, hey, it's not necessarily, you don't want to compare yourself to people. You don't want to compare yourself to anyone. You want to do your thing, make your mark and your legacy.
Well, listen, Hailie, there is no doubt about it. You are doing that exact thing, and you're making your mark, and there are so many young women out there, no doubt, who are looking up to you to inspire them. So thank you so much for taking the time out. You better go find that dog, because I don't know what he's eating right now.
Oh no, he already pooped in his crate. The crate is covered right now because I just got home from a doctor's appointment, and the crate is covered. And I was like, I don't even have time to clean it. I have to hop on this call, and he's like barking at me. I was like, just be quiet for a couple minutes. I was like, I'll be right back.
And that is the first time I've talked about poop on Zoom. So we're going to leave it there. Hailie, thank you so much. Take care. Stay safe.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.